5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey guys! Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's Aja No Asia.
It's A Tati. And as you can see, because we're on YouTube now, bitch, we got a guest.
What?
Ryan Henry of Nine Mad in this bitch. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So I guess we could jump into a check-in. So you're gonna fall right in line with this, I'm sure, because you're smart. We do a check-in before every episode. So I will go, she will go, and then you will go.
Where am I going?
You're gonna go after she goes. Got it. So I'll go first. Physically, I feel a little gross, and that's because gross. And that is because I drank last night. And ironically, I am drinking again. And that's okay. Emotionally, I feel joy. Replenished joy. I felt a little weird this morning, but I feel good now. My attention is currently on this. We have a big day ahead of us, and that's exciting. So I'm happy that you're here, and that is what my attention is on. And spiritually, I feel... I think I said this last week, but spiritually I feel heard. I just feel listened to. Like my spirit is asking and, asking for answers, and I'm receiving them. Mm-hmm. So that's how I'm feeling. How about you, Tati?
I'm feeling good. Spiritually, I feel good. Emotionally, I feel good. Now that the weather is starting to change, it's a little gloomy today. So it kind of, when I woke up...
We're going to need a little bit more than that. I pick my kids up from school and I ask them how their day is, and they tell me good. I make them explain three things they learned. So please.
He said...
I appreciate that.
But the rain, because it's gloomy, that's a horrible... I hate waking up and not having sun to wake up with me. Like, if it's already dark outside, then I feel like I should still be asleep or something. Like, it starts the day off a little wrong. But now that I'm here, I feel better. I definitely am more excited. My attention is definitely on the show today. Physically, I feel light. I feel like I have learned the art of tricking myself into feeling like I lost weight, even though I didn't. But I'm
teach me your ways. Taking it till you make it is a good technique.
Right?
Sure.
I just have to
definitely
trick myself into being like, girl, you light, you good. So I'm feeling good physically.
Good. May I also suggest there's a blog post up on yemesh.com/blog called Sad About SAD, and it'll help you get in the spirit as if it is spring, even though it isn't.
I read it. Good
Thank
read.
You. Thank you. How about you, Aja No Asia?
Hey y'all. Physically, I feel good.
You look good. Well, thanks.
I feel just good. Emotionally, I was a little irritated yesterday because you know how men be, but
don't let them take you there.
Yeah, that's why I just try to ignore them. Spiritually, I feel good. Whenever I'm feeling off, I just, like I said, I like to write and journal. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, my intentions are on the podcast and just knocking today out and getting ready for my work week and stuff. This is my last week before Thanksgiving break. We get a week-long Thanksgiving break at my job, so just about to do this and knock this shit out.
Lit. Thank you. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Well,
tell us how you're feeling physically.
I'm feeling great. I've been recently been back clean eating.
Nice.
Getting back into.
We are so sorry.
This is perfect.
Okay.
Getting back into my workout regimen. Yeah. So been getting sleep.
Good.
I've been on the road. Like I said, about 6 cities in the last 7 days. So I've been on the road, so I've been getting some sleep since I've been back home. Emotionally, I'm feeling great. Yeah, man, deal with a lot of backlash. I got some bullshit on TV, but my relationship is fucking great, so I can laugh at that. Spiritually, alhamdulillah, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and my intentions will be to get through this, let's get it, let's do it. I mean, it's gonna be a good day for me,
Yes.
Get to go have some fun after this, so I'm about to have some fun now. Let's make it happen.
Yes. Yay! So we in this bitch. So today, We're not going to take you all the way through the Discovery Zone or all the way through the Petty Parlor.
I used to go to Discovery Zone. Did y'all go there?
Yes. That's where I got the name.
Best birthday
I
party.
didn't know y'all was old enough for that.
Discovery Zone used to be lit.
We ain't 10. I know.
Tell me we ain't 10.
The 5-year gaps now are big, though. You know
That's
what I'm
true. It is true.
I can talk about Power Rangers. Y'all talking about Beetleborgs and shit, or fucking.
I also talk about Power Rangers.
Which ones? I'm talking about original.
Mighty Morphin,
not Zelda Force Ninja shit.
No, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Anyway, so as we will not be going all the way into the Discovery Zone of the Petty Parlor, I'm sure it will get petty and we will discover many things about Ryan, our guest today. We do have just questions and things afoot because we want to know more about you as a person. So thank you for letting us into how you're feeling physically and emotionally and all of that good stuff. And now you're checked in and everything that you had previously is now done.
I feel like I want to drink this, but I don't want my shit to be going lower than everybody's because y'all ain't drinking.
Oh, yeah,
We should have been a part of the check-in.
So, I think this is as good a time as any to take a shot. So, a shot. I felt like I just sounded like
Is there a
yeah, it
C
should
in
be
that shot?
something. Yeah, you heard that?
It's a shot.
It was very Jewish. Here you go.
Eric,
I
Can I
guess
sip this shot with my pinky up?
as long as you do it fast, it's a fast sip, like a shot. I put my pinky up too, and it just made me feel really fake, like I was being a follower. So I'm a little ashamed. However, so yeah, okay. Wow, that was a good one. I felt like a follower. Guys,
Somebody.
that's true.
God.
The Lord. So anyway,
God?
talking about God. Do you know the Madonna song "Like a Prayer"? In the beginning of that song, she goes,
Like
"God."
a virgin, so they got a like a prayer and like a virgin?
Yes.
take no shot.
And in that video, wow, cheater.
I didn't follow anybody.
That's not the
You
same.
can't cheat.
That was
can't.
a group decision.
I wasn't ready for a commitment of such.
This was a team
Wow.
effort. Thank you so much. Oh,
I don't like shot.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Nah,
Think
sit
more,
down.
isn't it? It's coming through my nose.
Oh. What?
Whoa,
Question?
that's a
Fall all over your clothes. You know that song by Yang Twins? Pull my hair. I'm sorry. Okay.
The Yin
Anyway,
Yang Twins?
yeah, the Yang Twins. I used to love them back in the day. No, long story, but anyway. So, one of the things that I'm curious about.
Chicken wings. One of them has a chicken wing.
Stop. Stop, everybody. So I'm curious about OC ass tattoos. What's the wildest tattoo that you've ever done? Like, have you ever had to tell somebody, like, look, I'm not gonna do
You know
that.
what? As lame as it might seem for y'all.
That's what you.
Oh yeah, like
No. Like a lot of people ask me, like, well, what's the craziest tattoo you've done? Like, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Reason being that coming into tattooing, especially in the urban world, you have to do the bullshit at first.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed to be able to be at a point to where now I can pick and choose over the last 10 years of what I want to do and what I don't want to do, and it don't even get past my assistant if they know it's some bullshit. So when they call and be like, oh, I want to get a tattoo on my pussy, or I want to do shit like that, it's like, Ryan's not going to do that. So no, I don't do that.
So even if it's something holistic?
No
What
ass
if she want like a
tats, no
mandala?
stuff. That's fine. Go
Something
get
spiritual.
So you don't say no if it's art that you don't agree with. You just say no if it's like a crazy spot.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is. You're not going to walk in there and tell me, like, oh, I want this swastika. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to leave and not get a tattoo until your ass over with you.
Okay.
Or like
I mean,
Satan
so-
rule?
Satan rule.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as a type of artist I am, I only like to tattoo the things that inspire me artistically,
Right.
and putting a fucking tiger face on your pussy is not that. So.
What's the longest? What's the amount of time it's ever taking you to finish a tattoo?
The longest I've gone straight was 18 hours straight on one.
Straight?
You didn't take a break?
No, I think we took.
Y'all didn't have lunch?
we took like 2 piss breaks. That was it.
Oh my god.
What was it?
It was I did some angel wings on my homie Andre Iguodala's back. So he's like 6'8", so he's like this fucking big balls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just a big canvas to work
And
on.
you finished that whole thing in those 18?
That's fantastic.
Crazy.
How long did you sleep after that?
I don't know. I work around the clock. Like if I'm not working on one piece, I can work 24 hours. You know what I mean? And I'll crash at the end of the week, which is not good.
Right.
But I can do it. I refuse to be outworked. That's just how I am. So I'm trying to calm that down.
Me, I need a nap every 4 hours.
Not every 4 hours.
What kind of polar bear shit is that?
I'm tired. I used to stay up all night.
You did.
Pete can, you did acknowledge that, but I'd be so tired now. I'd be like, I've been up for 3 hours. I need a nap. Be tired.
Must be nice, girl. Well, so you were talking earlier about experiencing backlash. I'm sure you get a lot of it on social media. Do you have like a particular encounter that just stood out to you? Like, wow, this bitch is fucking crazy.
Every fucking day.
All the time.
Like every day. You gotta realize some people are so invested in something.
Yeah.
That like in the day and age of social media now and what it is, like if you think like 5 years ago, it used to be cool to be like, oh, I ain't got no Facebook, I ain't got no Instagram, whatever. You was cool if you didn't have a social media connection.
Still
now
cool
it's so implemented into business that what I mean, it's kind of stupid to not have that extra level of networking for as widespread as it is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So with people being so connected in social media and the way someone can be invested in something as simple as a show. You know what I mean? Like people. You look at how someone holds what they see on television, what they see from a music artist or something like that, in entertainment, what they hold as a hierarchy over themselves. Like you're literally saying, like, I think you're better than me, internally by being a fan of someone so much. You know what I mean? Like you, not even just somebody you admire that you like their music or something like that, but when you invest so much into it to where you want to come and be in this person's home. When I say in their home, it's like 10 years ago you couldn't comment on my page. You know what I mean? I couldn't read it. Like I said, in the 90s, if you want to know something about Michael Jackson, you bought his album, you went to his concert, you saw his music video, or you saw him on an award show. That's all you would know about him throughout the year.
Yeah.
Now, all the way from social media between MySpace, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all the way up from, the feeds were, remember when you put your status up on Facebook, and then that was the best thing back then, and tag pictures. And then it went to Twitter, you can be all statuses. Then it went to visual with Instagram. Then it went to Vine with videos. And now you got Instagram videos. Now you got Snapchat, which shows the last 24 hours. Now you got fucking live. You know what I mean? All the way to where when it comes to Instagram, you can comment on someone's page, and it seemed like, they still, this celebrity person is so far from me, but now you look at Justin Bieber's page, he's got 1 million comments. And it could be so much slander, and no matter how rich he is and how far successful he is, if he sat in his home and read those comments, it would affect him emotionally because he's still human. So now, people, do I read them? I read a lot of them a lot of times because I connect with a lot of people, but when it's at like a level, like just this week when the show made me look so bad, like I didn't even go for it. I'm just like, what?
I would just turn them off.
It was but it's not even turned off because some people have to feel, they so invested, they have to feel like they're correct. For one, these people do follow you. And they are invested in you because, like, for one, if I was there's people on my show who they would consider a nobody, and ain't nobody comment on their shit. You know what I mean? So the reason why they would talk is because I've given them so much good that they're that invested into it, and they like that much, so they might feel hurt by this, and they gotta voice it, they gotta speak it. They watch something on TV and run to their phone. I gotta say this, no matter how bad it is. And some people will say the harshest shit ever, but they gotta say it. So you can't block them. Like I used to block people. I don't block them no more. Like you gonna see all this good shit. You know what I mean? Like why? You know what I mean? Whatever hurts your feelings, because until the motherfucker walk in my shop and tell me you a bitch ass nigga this and the other, whatever, man, go for it. They can comment all that on a post of me selling my new sweatshirts, my new hoodies. And as many negative comments were on there, my shit was still going off the record for people who did support it. So I'm not gonna turn it off for people who want to feel negative. You got to be a certain type of person to be that negative to invest something like that into it. So, I mean, it happens, you know what I'm saying? If you sit there and read it, it can mess with you emotionally, but you got to know, like, man, that shit is for what it is. It's, you know what I'm saying? It is social media, it is real, but it's also a fake world. Somebody sitting at home under a table getting like, look what I can say to them. You know what I mean? Because the shit that they can say, I can be in your face with you and probably can't say what I want to say to you while we arguing. But when I get home, I can say it to you over the phone. And I couldn't say it in your face. And what I can't say to you over the phone, I can say in text message. And what I can't say in text message, I can say anonymously through a fake page or some shit on the internet. It's just all free reign. So you can't let that somebody sitting in Idaho up under their couch, you watching your TV, make you mad and coming to your home and piss you off, because people would do that and piss you off. It's like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You know,
That's real. That's really real. And I think Aja and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Just like this is a grander scale, of course, when we're talking about being in the spotlight and being on social media and like giving people the opportunity to comment on my life, but also just in everyday life, we all have to remember that people's perception of you is theirs.
It's
You
theirs.
know, it has
That's it.
nothing to do with who you actually are. Of course, like when people are close to you or people come to your cipher for a reason. And if the universe aligns you to that person and they give you some critical feedback, some something that is a testament to your character, of course you should take things into account and really assess those things. But for the most part, their thoughts and opinions of you are their own, and it's a reflection of who they are. It has absolutely nothing to do with who you are. So that is real. But you get a lot of titties in your DMs, I'm sure, like titties and pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you just pass them to your bros because you're in a committed relationship? Do you just like hold it down like, yo?
I mean, like, you know, one thing about when it comes to a lot of people ask me, like, well, how is it now being on TV and being this and stuff like this? Like, man, well, you got to think about, you know, the people that are on TV or things like that. People that are in that lane, it's like, you know, in my situation, I ain't just now getting popular or just now getting famous in my city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been what I've been in my city, and that just came along with it. So it just amplifies that to something I'm already used to. And when you get people who get in that lane and they don't know how to act because they've never had it, you know what I mean? You'll see them go differently. They don't want to get caught up and they do all this different type of shit, and everybody get caught up. But you'll see that change in people, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a late bloomer type of feel, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't never been that nigga. The fame ain't gonna make you that nigga now, you know what I'm saying? As a man, the most thing we value most as a man is, biggest thing we value most as a man is respect. So if you ain't never had no block you can go back to, you ain't never had no homies in the hood who could vouch for you, you ain't never put in no work, you ain't never had no woman tell you, like, man, I respect you for this. You know what I mean? You ain't never had none of that validation. When you get fame or some notoriety, they try to equate that to respect, and it's not respect. Because respect is something that will allow somebody to question when some bullshit come out. You can go out right now like, oh, Ryan's a pedophile. And people who only see you as fame, they gonna believe that because they don't respect you.
Don't sound like that.
You know what I mean?
Don't sound like that. He didn't say he was.
Whatever, shit. You know what I mean? So just in that sense, it's like, if people respect you, they're second guessing like, nah, I don't know about that. But just in the level of fame and the way it's a microwave industry, you know what I'm saying? People are like, oh yeah, he sure is a pedophile. Like, you don't know nothing about me. Because you don't respect me, you don't know more about me than the shit you see just on TV.
That's right.
Do you watch any of the other reality shows? Like,
I barely even watch my shit.
Did you watch the Black Ink New York?
I started watching some in the beginning because as an artist, I wanted to see what level they were going to put black artists to, because this was the first instance of them having black artists in television. And I had to understand it later on because I was mad at first. I was mad as a consumer because you got to realize in the industry, like as many black artists as you might see, that you might think we still only represent like 2% of this full industry. That's a very low percentage. So there's people out there who don't know black people can tattoo. You know what I'm saying? If they think about black people tattooing, they think it's some ghetto bullshit. So when they did get their first instance of, man, here's a show about black artists, you know what I mean? And I was watching it too, you know what I mean? And to see only so much drama and bullshit put into it, I was disappointed at first, but then I had to learn what it was. Later on, it's like, this is not a tattoo show. You know, like they try to make it, it's like a, what the fuck, it's a different dogma to it, to where they say like, they want to make it seem like they had LA Ink and they had Miami Ink, and those were tattoo shows. They told real tattoo history shows, and then they'll unknowingly, well, they know it, but they want the people to think like, here's the first black show, but it's called Black Ink Crew. And the show is about the crew and the people who happen to work in a tattoo shop and what they do in their life. It's a lifestyle show. But okay, here's a white show about these artists, and here's another white show about these artists, and then they slide about it, make you think here's a black show about these black artists. They show all the bullshit. So the first instance that people get about it is, and this is all bullshit. They ain't even showing no tattoos. They doing this, but you know, they wouldn't put a real black tattoo show out there. They want to put that bullshit out there for people to judge it. And people loved it for what it was, but they didn't love it for it being an artist show. We're not going to show these black people as artists. We're going to show them as some fucking fools, acting a fool, disrespecting clients, doing all this. And I was disappointed at first, but then I understood later on. When it came time for me to do my show and to start my show, I did have a different understanding of how I wanted to go, and I tried that. You know, and it came off. It came off different to show people something different for how it was, but you know what I mean, the way that production goes and the way that that lane of television goes, it is a show about people and their lifestyle. It's a lifestyle show, not about just tattoos. So it has grown to be something different that I don't respect when it comes to just entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, no, I don't really watch it. I don't condone everything that happens when it comes down to editing or what you are subject to. You know, I can do 1,000 tattoos on that show, and they show one and a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not all that I am. You know what I mean? So people are only going to perceive that. Like, y'all don't do no tattoos on the show. I work
But your
every fucking
show,
day.
in comparison, I think, to the New York show, they show way more of you guys, like, actual work and events that you guys do. Like,
and because I feel like they understood that, like, you know what, we have something different, let's run with that too. But as show things goes on, and like we just finished the season 3 going into season 4, people become different and people change, and then that creates tension. It creates things between people, and they gonna document that shit like, all right, we did have a good show, but just to be mediocre, now we got the bullshit. Now we got the bullshit that naturally comes about because now everybody's a superstar. Now everybody's ego or something. Everybody's getting paid more money. Now nobody wants to be this, nobody wants to be that. Now they have that in addition to the good stuff that we put out. So which makes it a phenomenal entertainment show, you know what I mean? But me, integrity wise, it's like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's different, you know what I mean? Just that I would want to put out more content along with the bullshit, but you know what I mean? It is a shit show. You know, it's a shit show channel. You know what I mean? I don't watch any other shows that's on the network because it's just not my thing. If I didn't have to tune in sometimes to watch my show and then it still be on to watch the other shows, I wouldn't watch any of that. You know, because it's not. To me, it takes a certain type of person to be. You know, there's some people who come home and live fully vicariously through those shows. You know what I mean? Because your life is this, and then you live straight through this. Like, man, but that's what I gotta live. They gotta watch Love and Hip Hop and feel that they in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Feel the Hollywood type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, that just ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even fit in on my own show.
Yeah, I can tell that you don't participate in the. You definitely come off like you have a strong personality, a strong sense of self. Like, don't even ask me to do nothing crazy because I'm not doing it.
Luckily, I have a carte blanche to be, to be the start of it. You know what I mean? I never looked at it as a star of it, but to be the person who started the show and for it to be. I tried to make it about everybody else, but for it to be basically surrounding myself and in my business, you know what I mean? I can't say like, I don't want to, let's talk more about this, you know what I mean? And then it allows for them to understand like, yeah, you know what, that might be something better as opposed to just trying to give us a production to shoot, so. They don't like it. They be mad because to me, they call me a diva. They say I bitch back at everything.
I was going to ask you about that.
I mean, shit, what you want?
So of course, in the line of work that you're in, of course, there are thousands of perceptions. We just talked about how those perceptions are not our perceptions.
True.
But do you see any truth to some of the things? So like for instance, there's like
it's
negative.
True to a lot
that's what I'm saying. Like there's a negative connotation to every word. So like somebody calling you a diva. Like in what ways do you take pride in that? Like you got to be like, yeah, I do.
But they will call me a diva because in the level of what production is. All right, y'all, we are making a show, and we have to have these things, and we want this to happen. Well, Ryan don't want to do shit that way.
Right.
And Ryan don't want to do shit that way every day. So we either going to do this Ryan's way, or Ryan don't have to be a part of this shit. And to them, that would be a diva, but to me, that's just me reserving my exclusivity and my integrity for what I want to do or what I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And it's a diva in the sense of, why you not going along with this bullshit without saying the word bullshit? It's like, no, I don't want to be with that bullshit.
Be a sheep. Yeah. No, that's
what it is. Like, that's fine. So what? You know what I mean? I don't have to do what y'all do. I don't have to follow what y'all have to follow.
Yes.
Just because every other person, not every other person, but just because other people are willing to, do whatever they, some people, like in my show now, it's like, man, these motherfuckers who I started with, motherfuckers sold me out. For a scene, sold me out for a fucking check, you know what I mean? And it's like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's people who would do that shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, you want me to do that, but I'm not gonna fucking do that, so I can't play a part in it.
Yeah.
So.
That's real. And a lot of it too, because you just said for a check, and that's something that I always think about when I indulge in any type of not social media, reality television, where I'm like, y'all not getting paid that much money, like to literally be a buffoon. Like,
but think about what it is. It's not even about the money.
Right.
Some people live their whole life can't wait to be noticed. Can't wait to be famous. Can't wait to be of some level of notoriety. Because like I said back then, you a late bloomer. You ain't never had nobody fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You the people that was sitting on the side when, I won Homecoming King and Prom King and all this. You was a nigga who was mad because you never did that. When you finally get your chance 10 years later to be something of notoriety, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no woman ever called you or said this or been like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't never had that. Now you got your chance. Now you want to do whatever. It ain't about what the check is. It's about in a fake environment. They'll be like, well, do this. You be like, man, I ain't doing that bullshit. All right, you ain't on the show. Okay, wait.
Right.
Okay, I'll do it now. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because the sacrifice was, if you be on this show and we show you to the world and be famous, what you think is famous, or you quit. And some people will sacrifice their whole fucking life or their integrity for that. You know what I'm saying? I might not be one of those people.
And I think that's a real testament to where we are. Like, it's a sign of the times with this whole, reality TV, social media. It's like a lot of people don't even understand that the behavior is very sociopathic, is narcissistic. Like, it's actually like rewiring people's brains in a way that's
to show you
unhealthy.
that that's what is cool. Like, so many people that know me, or so many people that meet me on a daily basis, and they know how conscious I am. They know how I am about family, they know how I am about women and certain things like that. But on a show like that, for a level of only 1 hour of entertainment, you know what I mean? They're gonna edit certain things down. They're gonna only show so much, to where now on my show you have almost every man on there being verbally abusive to women. Because the only thing that's gonna keep people from not turning their channel is when we yell. You know what I mean? So now, if we might be sitting here talking for 2 hours and then you start yelling at me and then I yell back, none of that 2 hours matters. It's when I yell to you, and then they're only gonna show that level of, you know what I mean, what Ryan is now. You know what I mean? So, and when they show that shit, it looks fucking social. It looked like a sociopath. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with, they in my comments right now, they think that I physically abused my girl. They think that I just physically abused another woman. Like, it was like, they can't show everything, but it's not, they're only gonna perceive what they are.
Right.
And if I never gave them nothing good to look at before, it wouldn't be a second guess. People would see me being Ryan the whole time, and then I was about to fight, and then my girl tried to get in the way, and I told her, watch out.
Right.
Like, but she know me, like, man, if I'm about to fight this nigga, let me fight him.
Yeah.
So watch out.
Right.
But not showing none of that, it just shows, oh, you just pushed her, now I'm physically abusive.
Right.
And that's the sociopathic shit that they'll show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not for no reason why they didn't edit it out. Give them something juicy. You got people sitting around saying, oh, this will be cool, this will be cool. Like, no, I'm not your fucking puppet. So I don't agree with all of it. No.
Right.
I know you made a post recently where you talked about all things that like Chance has been doing in the city, and how you
know people took that wrong too.
They took it wrong.
Oh yeah, some people.
You were talking. I mean,
they took
it's only at the level
and
of
you
perception.
spoke on yourself, like you were saying
But they
how
can only,
you want to do better and you want to become a more positive image because you know about the negative energy that the show gives out sometimes, and you were saying how you want to do better. But and people took that the wrong way.
Some people took it, like she was saying, some people took it in a jealous sense, because some people they can only see what they know how to see. You know what I mean? Some people can't see how to look at their faults and better themselves. So if I saw a picture of Obama and Chance, you know what I mean, two great people of Chicago at an event in Chicago, and I said, this happened today. You know what I mean? It was great. That was inspiring. You know what I mean? To see, like, man, Chance met with Obama and they were at an event that was here in Chicago. It wasn't somewhere else. He held it here in Chicago. That was inspiring. So my next thing is to be like, man, I want to be at the next one. You know what I mean? Right. So and it's like, okay, well, man, what am I doing to get to that level to where, what am I putting out in the world to get to the level where I would be at the next one? And it's like the next look you look to, I do tattoos and do all this and all this other community stuff. But one of my biggest platforms is this show. You look at the show is negatively declining my integrity. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, man, what's the next big thing that will get me to get notarized to be invited to this place? The show. The show is shit. You know what I mean? So I need to change up what's going on in the show, because it's only putting out shit when that right there would get me passed up to be able to be invited to that for something positive. When I could, you know what I mean, I could either not do the show, or I could not participate in some of the shit that I already don't participate in, to not let the show go on that part, or it just made me feel a way about me being a part, because I'm on there still only doing me, and I don't connect with everybody on there, but I'm still a part of a shit show. You know what I mean? And it's entertaining to millions, you know what I mean? But that might not be what I want to be a part of. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, let me change up what I got going on, because, you know, I need to put more into, they can see that show for an hour, but on a daily basis, you'll see more of my community activism. You'll see more of what I do with the homeless. You'll see more what I do with the youth. You'll see more what I do in domestic violence prevention and all of that, more than just that hour you see a week when it's on TV.
Right.
Because when they start following you on social media, on the biggest platforms, they'll see everything you're doing. They'll be like, yeah, well, 2 months ago I did see him arguing with a girl, but look at all the stuff he's really doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
In life when the TV show's not on. So it's like, let me change up what I have going on and do better for what I already wanted to do because I've been slacking on it. That's somebody's self-reflecting. People don't know how to self-reflect and see what you're not doing and then only do this. You know what I mean? So that's all it was, a self-reflection. People felt like I was saying, oh, he's just mad that he not there and Chance there. People don't know their lane. I know my lane. I know if I'm here doing something for what I do in Chicago, and then if Chance walk in and everybody flock to Chance, I can't be like, oh man, what are you mad at him? That's fucking Chance. He's doing something for what he's doing, and you gotta respect that. You are Chance. So you can't be jealous of what Chance do. You can't be jealous that Chance got that invitation, is doing that for what he's doing because of what he's done. All that needs to be able to say is work harder. Some people don't see that. They just see they go straight to jealousy. They see jealousy as opposed to working harder. The same reason why a nigga hate on another nigga. Like, man, you know what? I walked in with this girl, and this nigga look way better. He doing way more than he peeled my chick. Took her with me. I'm not finna go hate and slash his tires. Man, I'm gonna be like, damn, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't playing like that. Some motherfuckers is straight bitch, and they'll be like, ooh, fuck that nigga. You put your whole energy in the hate. No, put your energy in better in yourself.
Yes. Are you inspired by anybody else in Chicago, like other than Chance, that's maybe doing?
Oh yeah, like most definitely, man. One of my good homies is Inglewood Barbie. She's an activist and ex-domestic violence victim, survivor. You know what I mean? She's one of the biggest activists here in Chicago, and she's in the hood every day. You know what I mean? Even from the last month and a half all the way to past Christmas, she's on 51st Street at the homicide division, you know, passing out food to the homeless no matter what the weather. And she's probably one of the biggest activists here. And it's so many people, I can't even name them all, but you know what I mean, people who aren't on TV or who aren't notarized through this, but seeing what they're doing for the community, because so many people on the outside want to say, how can you change the city? How can you change the city? But you can't come from the outside and change it. It's got to happen from within, and it starts with little stuff like that, and it ain't just going to happen overnight, but there's a lot of people doing work here.
I'm feeling a lot of pride, because I think that's something about reality TV and social media that's scary to me. Like, you were just talking about how the 5-year gap is like a huge thing now, you know, like our age difference.
Yeah, I'm about to be old in this shit.
I mean, yeah, but now I think about like my little brother. Like, my little brother is 13 years old and like literally only knows Instagram. Like, you know, like I feel blessed to be able to have had that transition. Like, I know what it means to have to go and pick up a physical dictionary and, you know, like, or a thesaurus.
Ride your bike to the library and stuff.
Be a kid, like with no tech shit, you know. But then I also was young enough to transition and be very well versed in this tech shit and this social media shit. But the kids who only know Instagram and only know reality television, stuff like this is important for somebody like you.
That's all they get.
I
be saddened when, you know what I mean, like, I go everywhere and it's a blessing to have people appreciate you and admire you. I don't care if it's the grocery store, any state, any other country, airports, anywhere I am, you know what I mean, people come up to me and they want to take a picture or they, you know, say what's up or meet you and stuff like that. And when a lot of it is kids, for one, I'm like, damn, why are you watching that show?
Yeah.
But you can't stop them from watching because they're going to see it anyway. And the stuff that they're going to see, they gonna relate to, you know what I mean, no matter what. They relate to it way more than an adult who can decipher the difference between real and fake or exaggerated or edited, you know what I mean? They just see that in the raw. You know what I mean? And that goes from not even just little kids, you're talking about high schools. You know what I mean? When you got I can go to a high school right now and then they'll love who I am, but they love who I am from a reality show that they're seeing me being an adult and an edited down version of me yelling and being angry and being this and being that. You know what I mean? It's like,
many options these days.
They don't have any options.
Really,
you know,
like
I grew up on sitcoms.
Extra,
Reality TV replaced sitcoms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think about the day and age now, videos and what it is like, oh man, you gotta have the money, you gotta have all the jewelry and stuff like that. Like, I grew up watching Martin, and as funny as it was with Martin, one of my favorite shows, Martin at that age was 26 years old. At 26, that's a grown ass man back in the 90s. He had his own apartment. He had his own job, ran a radio station, and he had a girlfriend that he loved that he was gonna marry.
Yeah.
You don't have that in the day and age of
Yeah.
love and hip hop or Black Ink and stuff like that. You got being a player, having this, who cheated on who do this stuff like that. Like they were showing a real demographic of how things work. You know what I mean? Like he didn't wear white tees and sag. He was 26 years old and wore mock necks and sweaters and slacks and nice shoes to the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they don't have. I grew up from that era, so like they don't have that no more. They see all of this. You know what I mean? Like I have to. If I let my kids listen to some of the songs now, I got to get the edited version because there's so much bullshit in it. You know what I mean?
And even the edited version, it's like
some shit's like, nah, you can't even listen to it.
The edited version sometimes doesn't even exist. It'll be
if you edit out all the curse words, then it's just a bunch of bullshit. As opposed to
back in the day, they used to record. They would record. You remember having like little random words,
like just a single, like if I had like 2 songs on it.
That's so crazy.
I was gonna say, have you ever caught your children watching your show, or what would you say if you did, like walk in the house and they was watching Black Ink Crew? What would you say?
I mean, I think about it every day when I'm filming because my child is of age now to where, you know, my child is a tech child and they're in this day and age where they can search and find anything. My son, you know what I mean, is into coding. He can build his own site. He can build his own computer.
Bring
you know
him
what I mean?
in,
But so in that sense, it's like, it's like I don't want him seeing other things that are going on in the show. Like he can see my scenes and see me, but the other things that's attached with the show, that's what I don't want him seeing.
Right.
And that's what I feel internally about being a part of something where, I might not be putting out bullshit, but I'm still a part of something that's bullshit.
Has he ever came home to you and said, at school they were?
Well, that's a different thing because I pull up and, you know, I greet their principal every day and she's seen my show. You know what I mean? I see parents every day who watch my show. You know what I mean? And people who know about it, and a lot of people have different views on it. They know their personal view of me because they know me. But the ones who haven't, they just know that's him from that show. And then some people will veer away from it, like, you know, like, hey man, that's some bullshit that you're a part of. You know what I mean? And you got to take that in stride because it's like, I am a part of that. You know what I mean? I can change up what I want to be from it, or I can not be on it at all, and then accept everything as is. But you know, I mean, it's all inclusive. You know, it's some bullshit, and you got to deal with it in that sense because it might be at the level where now one of the biggest things that's going on my show is where they have me right now. You know what I mean? Where they have me right now is coming from 2 seasons of being a great guy, being a great father, being a great businessman, stuff like that. And now when something came up to where it would allow for me to be a cheater, now you are not involuntarily, but you're saying it without saying it. They're like, all right, now this person that we were building up to be this black messiah, now we're emasculating him down to being this is just a black man who was this, and now he's a fucking cheater. And the rest of the whole season is just this man who y'all thought was this is a fucking cheater. And they'll edit it down and show me having a loving scene with my girl, and then the next thing it amplifying the stuff about cheating, or somebody else talking about cheating. So now you emasculate me to that point to where like you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You could have been some shit, but you ain't shit. We making sure they see that it ain't shit. The rest of the season don't have to be about what it is. All the exaggerated stuff is added in to make sure that people keep knowing like, hey, this is this. Like I don't like some of the things that go out from that. You know what I mean? Because they'll see. They'll know what they do. Like my son was looking at, it was a commercial where they had this, there was this real flaming gay black man. He was on the commercial, but he's also on a TV show. And my son saw the commercial, he said, oh, that's the same guy from this. But that's probably the only instance that he's seen this black man at a higher level of the commercial plays every damn commercial of a TV show. So now they constantly showing you, here's this gay black man, as this is the only black man that's on these commercials now, and it's a gay black man, and he's also in this TV show that we showing the commercial for, and now you're showing the level of, well, we're the positive straight black men that are fathers, that are business owners and stuff like that. You're only showing this level of emasculating black men to where on my show they only show one part of my thing and they honing in on it. You know what I mean? Like I played varsity football when I was in high school. I also ran state qualifying track. And I also tumbled and I flipped and I was on cheerleading. They want to put so much about me cheerleading to emasculate me as a man for what I am because it's funny to them or it's entertaining. You know what I mean? And if they put that out to my child or certain children, it's like, what are you saying? Like, it's okay to just only be like this, or it's okay to be this and be that. And you're giving children at lower levels or at younger levels the reason to decide what they want to be so early on. A kid will ask you like, man, can I be a horse? Can I be this? Can I be that?
Yeah.
And now liberals will tell you like, oh, you can be whatever you want. That's a kid asking. Let them grow and be the child that they are and decide what they want to be later on. Don't tell them when they're 3 years old if they ask, can I be a ball, a horse, or a woman? That you can be whatever you want. You know what I mean? And you're only showing them that at that level. So when it's implemented in my show shit, yes, I feel a way about it.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting take. Let's play a game.
Sorry. Don't ask me no shit I like to talk about.
No, this is
That was fun.
no. We're gonna play a game. If you look under your seat, there are treats.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding. Not treats.
But there is something under there.
You get one. You get one.
So it's gonna be. So this is gonna be like never have I ever.
I did it all. Let's pause.
Yeah.
Let's have some.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what that says. And then
People who play Never Have I Ever, like, all you're gonna do is ask, did you ever eat some pussy? Did you ever eat some ass? Did you ever do this? Like,
you've
grown.
you've obviously never
You're fucking
been.
grown, man.
You've obviously never been to a Way Before It's a
No,
podcast.
I heard, so I want to see.
So.
But you know what I'm talking about when you
So
play
we're
it,
not
you
gonna
know?
do the first one.
Go ahead, I want to hear the first one.
No.
I want to hear the first one.
We're gonna ask them all.
No, I'm just saying I won't do the first one first because I don't want to.
The first one we didn't just say, did we?
I want to hear it.
No, but he just made it think.
So that ain't what we asked. Have you ever had a vagina?
Not a vagina.
Come on. Put
Okay.
this right there.
So the rules of the game. Have you ever?
Yep.
Never have I ever. Formerly known as Yop or Nah, is
Yop.
we're gonna say it out
Chicago
loud,
style.
whatever the question is. Have you ever done this? And if you have,
Throw it up.
Yop. And if you haven't, nah. So
Mine
I should have put
mine
you
supposed to say hell yeah.
His face?
that's a
I
good
like
one
it.
for next
I
time.
like it.
Okay, so never have I ever fucked in a foreign country?
Well,
Oh,
wait,
Wait a minute. No, just kidding.
Hold on, wait. Never have I? Or-
Have you?
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Yep or not?
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't go nowhere.
here we go.
Right.
Okay, somebody else ask one. Somebody else ask one.
Well, he actually answered this earlier.
What?
I think you did. Have you
Oh.
ever tatted a pussy?
He don't do that. He don't put tats on pussies
Hold on,
though.
wait. Have I?
But you probably have in your earlier
No, I haven't.
years.
I haven't.
Oh no.
Actually,
Me neither.
Rick has
No,
a
me
pussy
neither.
tap from you.
Who got a pussy tat?
You got a pussy tap from
Why would you tell a lie?
For me?
You talking about me?
Next question.
I said,
Okay.
damn.
You next, Sasha Noasia.
Okay, have you ever been a tester for Paranova Polish?
Yes, I have.
Aw,
I definitely have.
that's sweet.
What's your favorite color?
There's a when it comes to nail polish, like y'all, I don't know if y'all know as much time as y'all spend with nail polish and shit like that.
Drippy.
We don't be giving no fuck
Yeah.
unless your shit fucked up. We notice when it's fucked up, but whatever it is when it's done, we don't be caring.
I think that's more for
You know what I'm
women
saying?
anyway. I've never got my nails done like, he gonna love this.
No, but y'all be thinking like, oh, I ain't my nails done, I ain't this shit like that. Like,
I be feeling that.
But my feet not
we
done.
notice when them bitches is ready. Like when they fucked up and booty and half of down there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's when we notice. You know what I
I
mean?
used to
But
love
like,
ask my boyfriend like, I'm at the nail shop. What color should I get? And
color.
he'd be like-
But no, I like a nude stuff. I like a nude on a woman.
Okay.
You know, so
I do love.
He
it.
likes women nude.
no, I like a nude color. on a woman. You got. I've been with my girl. I ain't been with her, but we've been together and apart for 15 years. So a lot of stuff I learned from coming off of her stuff. You know what I mean? So
Like nude like this.
yeah.
And girl.
Not so
He
like
said he
you.
like nude. I was just showing him my nails.
Okay.
Damn.
Have you ever dated someone 10 years older than you? Or fucked? 10 years is what I said? Okay, so no. Girl.
I was trying to think of how old that was.
8 years.
Y'all know y'all used to have the niggas come picking y'all up at the school and have all the niggas.
Whoa!
All the niggas in your grade like, what's
What?
up, folk with them older niggas?
No. I'm too scared.
Not
I'm
in
out here
high
now. So I
I
want to do
my boyfriend in high
anything.
school was older than me, but not 10 years.
No,
Child,
the
cool,
oldest
3.
I went to 8 years.
So cool, 3 years.
No, and I was a real adult adult by that time, but so hell no. Okay, you next.
Have you ever blacked out while being drunk? Or even from being angry, you just blacked out?
Oh, true.
I'm the only sensible one of the crew.
Talking about sensible. We know that's a lie.
Those are two different blackouts, though.
They are.
Have you done both?
I've definitely done both.
Same, definitely. That's scary.
No, I'll never black out from anger though.
I definitely.
I'm a
Shit.
Gemini, so I black out, then the other one come in. You know?
Anyway,
That too.
I don't be getting angry though. I just cry.
Okay.
I don't know this shit.
Okay.
Cry like a strong nigga.
Yeah. Have you ever sent a dick pic or a pussy pic?
Yeah.
So you a liar.
Nah. My pussy.
You ain't never sent your pussy?
Hell no.
Me neither.
What about Alright, have y'all sent titty pictures?
Oh yeah.
No.
All the time. My titties are good. My titties are great.
Do
They
you
deserve
send
to
titty
see the
pictures with your
world.
face in them?
Yeah. But sometimes, no, here's the thing.
no.
As an adult, I've grown
I
to
can't be out
this part.
Yeah.
It just be this. But like, in high school, I used to be in front of the mirror with it, like,
I got the whole joke.
with my G2.
That scares me, y'all.
We should
I gotta
research
go
those
to-
pictures.
I
If you have those pictures of Bree Flores,
That's
please
always
send
in
them
my phone
in.
one day and she was
Stop playing
Oh.
with bitch ass niggas.
God, I'm so sorry.
Actually, Facebook is doing something about that. They're creating a host, like a site where if you send a nude picture to somebody, you send it to Facebook too,
Oh, that's what's
and
sad.
they will like code the picture so that you can't like send it out. That person can't send it to
That's
anybody
cool.
else.
Facebook, but they got shade room, so.
Huh?
People can still screenshot.
Well, I guess
No,
they like, but
if
they
you
could
posted,
get
you
in trouble
Oh,
now.
but
As soon
you-
as you
because,
really
like-
get in trouble,
Oh,
right? Them now.
so it's like they kind of they cover you.
right.
Got
Facebook
it.
will code it like soon
Y'all
as-
don't understand, just because they posted and they'll cover you and take it out and delete it, it's already out there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You know how
I mean,
fast
but
the
it's
screenshot is
but it's
now?
nice to know that there are
Like,
repercussions.
You know how fast it
Yeah, you
like,
go,
when
but
motherfucker-
you get in trouble though. You go to jail because Facebook put that code on there. So soon, like if you
That's
send, like,
already a
group
crime
message-
in some
But
states.
I feel like
It's
it's
in
harder to fight
Australia.
sometimes.
That's where they get it from.
I feel like it's probably a little harder to fight sometimes, or at least to really get somebody jail time. But with
Well,
Facebook,
yeah.
it probably makes it kind of.
Well, have you sent one that you would be embarrassed about
Yeah.
if it comes out?
My face ain't in none of
Let
them.
me tell y'all something.
No, I think that's why I don't send new pictures and stuff. Because I be thinking in my head, like at the end of the day, if this got out, I
No.
would be okay.
Let me tell y'all something. When I was like probably like junior year of high school, I started talking to this young woman. She was very ghetto, and I don't know what I saw in her, but I sent her a picture, and immediately after sending it, I realized it was like a sock behind me, and I was like, she gonna think my room dirty. No, I just thought that she was gonna think I was dirty, like, cause it was just like it was a random sock, just like
Really?
I just
Send a
like
picture
you know what we
of
think
your
about that
boyfriend.
before. So like any dick pic that I send, it be like, that she get out. Yeah. Alright.
Let him be alright. Anyway, you next say Tati? Maybe. I don't know. I forgot.
It's actually what
Have
we
you
do.
ever? This is kind of on the same level. Have you ever sexted?
It's my favorite. Sexting is great.
Tati, whoa! Woo!
Sexted.
Who are you
I'm gonna
sexting?
take her phone.
Put their ad name out.
At J. Cole. At the real J. Cole.
Oh, you just telling lies now. That's not true. He is a married man. We don't do that up in here.
Who said it was when he was married? He been
okay.
married since he been out.
Okay.
Ooh, she's
Okay.
a fan.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
What's my race? Shit.
We're gonna
And
call you
black
black.
and Japanese.
I said we're gonna call you
right?
black
I
today.
know. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like women. It don't matter about
Yeah.
the race.
Okay.
But do not get it twisted. I am very pro black when it comes to how we continue our world, and also understanding what energy a black woman
Yes.
gives to a man, and which you should. So I
And
mean,
vice
dating
versa.
and fucking is different. You know what I mean? From
Right.
marrying and continuing
right.
to bringing children into this world. Not knocking nobody who's done it. You know what I mean? But
Dad.
you know what I mean? Because I mean, I'm mixed. You know what I mean? But I still identify fully as a black man. You know what I mean? When I'm standing in front of that judge from all them cases, I done had to fight. I'm a black man.
Yeah.
I ain't no mixed nigga then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my children will be the same. And like I said, it's so many that we won't get into that, but there's so many different things that you need to understand from, what energies or what energies a black woman gives to a black man. So, dibble and dabble and have your fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
test
at
the
the end of the day,
flavor.
do what you do.
There are 36.
I've been everywhere when it came to women. I've done a lot of different races.
You've been everywhere.
Well,
Is it your turn?
no, I think I went the last time. Wow.
Okay. I have a question.
What up?
I have a question.
Have you ever loved somebody so much it made you cry?
You just cry from just thinking, oh, I just love him. Huh?
Here's a positive spin on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Aww.
Because I feel like in a situation with my girl, and when we get married, I know probably just like how it is when you see other people, and that'll be the exact moment to answer your question, to be like, when I see her coming down that aisle and understanding and knowing like this is the person who I love and who I'm gonna be with the rest of my life, and then the people who cry from that, I know I probably will, of course. You know what I mean? So, that's just at a level of, crying just from loving them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always crying. So,
Yeah, you are.
Have you ever? I took no offense. I am who I am. I'm proud. Have you ever trashed the hotel room? So I have a question about this one. Define trashed.
Like Selena's husband.
So yes. Oh my God! No, don't look at your feet. Don't look at her.
Oh!
Don't look at her.
She did trash a
No, I
hotel
didn't.
room.
Not like that.
Yep.
Not like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah though because of it.
Yeah. We used to have parties at the Days Inn at the motherfucking Pioneer.
Ew.
Ew.
Hey.
So, it'd be a fight to go down, it'd be somebody else's hotel party, you know what I mean?
And it'd just be crunk.
Shit'd just get fucked up.
That's nice.
So
Hotel parties were nice back in the day.
it's just different. That's a little too early to be talking about hotel parties, you know what I mean? Rest in peace,
Kanika. True.
That bullshit,
True.
but people from the outside, they look at it like, oh, what happened with Kanika? Like, man, that's what we do in Chicago. We have hotel parties.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I mean?
is
And
true.
people be fucked up and things happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid somebody has to, pass away from it. You know what I mean? But, at least they didn't come with no evidence that somebody did her wrongdoing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm glad it came out that
That was
it
getting out of hand.
because they were just assuming there was so much bad shit.
Yeah.
She said this and they said this and they said that. Like, man, fuckers is fucked up talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I hope they find some more justice to it. You know what I mean? But if
Definitely.
it wasn't meant for nobody to be blamed.
For her mother, because her mother,
that's
her mother
that's
is
all
still.
I can think about.
Her mother is still very much attached to, the worst case scenario. But how could you
Yeah,
not
I mean,
be?
she gonna
How
be.
could
Like,
you not be? Yeah.
I seen my mama go crazy after, my mama found my sister dead. She the first one to find her, you know what I mean? So when you see them change up in a different way, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine I have kids and to see my firstborn child dead, or to know that they did, or to get a phone call that they did, let alone to see them or find them, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna be the same anyway. Yes, I'll say now, like, man, if I ain't have my kids right now, I'd go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My kids, the only reason why I wouldn't continue to be on some bullshit, wouldn't be in jail, wouldn't be dead, wouldn't fucking get 5 stars on grand theft, or I wouldn't, or commit suicide when you depressed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got something to live for, and if you lose that, you couldn't even imagine what it feel like, you know what I mean? So,
really couldn't. That's the one thing that I always tell my mother, like, I just can't relate, it's an interesting thing, especially, and you see it in other people, like you see it when your friends have kids, like it's a real shift that you're never ever gonna understand unless you have a child.
So imagine the level of what we go through in our city. You talking about mothers on a daily basis who lose a child and they won't diagnose you with post-traumatic stress. They just say you live in Chicago, get over it.
Yeah.
Tough, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the only thing they want to try to do to better our city is say, oh, let's build some more community centers, let's do this and shit like that. Well, when are you going to get to the point to where you would diagnose mothers and women and brothers who their friend got their head blown off in front of them, you know what I mean, or she just lost her brother or something like that. When you diagnose them with post-traumatic stress syndrome because they're dealing with that.
Yeah.
But here they just want to say, oh, you from Chicago, you tough, right? You'll get over it. You know, and people don't get over shit like that. Sometimes they might retaliate and bullshit. Sometimes they might develop mental health issues. And, one of the biggest things is that we have to start honing in and diagnosing this or we're instead of building a community center, where's our level of free psychiatric treatment?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or somebody donating psychiatric treatment as opposed to just saying, oh, let's build another gym or let's build some shit. Like, no, we need other things going on here. But they want to know what's the problem or why the problem. That's the fucking problem.
That's the problem.
And you know, like that's another thing with like the black community as a whole is our thing is, you know, what happens at home stays at home.
Yes.
We don't talk about why are we behaving like this? Why are we acting out like this? So we
because
also
they
have
want to
to
be
get
tough, right?
Right.
You have to get more comfortable with, you know,
blew your
opening
homie
up.
head off in front of you, but you should be alright with it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
When they can go to war and then they friends that they just met 6 months ago, they get killed in front of them and they come back and they get a check for being post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can get it here in the streets, you know what I mean? It's something different, so.
Yeah.
And it's not different.
That's really real.
Speaking of your children earlier, are you interested in having more children?
Yes, man.
How
I
many
got
more would
I
you
got
like?
2 boys. I at least want a girl. I want a girl. If I stop there, I'll be fine. If I had another boy trying for a girl, that'd be cool too. I don't think she wants to try for numerous amounts more kids. Because we travel a lot, you know what I mean? We got a whole life to live. We've been together for years and we do have 2 beautiful children to where if I didn't have any more kids, I'd be fine. But I do want a baby girl.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. If you had another boy, would you keep trying, or she gonna?
I would, but I don't know if she wants because I mean she's been that mother. Like you gotta, unless you have a full support system, it's hard to be a mother in that. And I mean, not saying she wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But just
of course.
you know, it's like you literally cancel out your next 3-4 years of living, and you know what I mean? We just get into our 30s to where we can. You know, we have lucrative businesses, you know what I mean, and we can travel and do the things that we want to do, and we don't want to do that when we're 50. We want to do that now in the next 5-10 years, you know what I mean, and taking another 5-10 years out of that, you know what I mean, raising baby kids when we got some damn near grown kids now. You know, it's like, we either don't have to do it or we can wait. You know
that does
or
make
get
it
out
tougher.
the way fast.
Yeah, that does make it tougher. The older your kids get, you start being like, do I even want to backtrack and be back to changing diapers and... Yeah.
Well, it's everything.
Shout
It's like that's cool the first year. Then you got the next 2, 3, 4 years of getting to where you can finally lead them overnight with somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you literally cut out the next 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm only on year 2. I'm still in the house.
You get babysitters like.
It's lit. Cool. So, we'd like to close out our show with
Are
some
we closing out?
positive.
I thought we had some more shit. I thought we was gonna get there.
You want some more
Oh,
shit?
without talking too much.
Let's
go.
You got some? You got some? Because I got some.
Shit, I thought we was gonna get. Look
We
like y'all be
could
stopping motherfuckers up over here like they don't know what to say. They be getting jammed up like jam.
Well, as long as MJM don't give us the this, we good.
Yeah, let's go. Shit.
You want? I'm not trying to jam you up though. Like this is a place of peace and positivity.
I don't think I can get jammed up.
I wanted you to come here and feel like a sense of relief.
Well, I hope I gave that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Sometimes I talk too much when it's about things that I'm
You
passionate
never talk
about.
too much.
Never talk too much
Yes.
on a podcast.
You know?
That too.
Never.
You know, somebody told me as much as I talk, I should start one or do one.
Podcasts are really fun. I highly recommend.
Y'all gotta teach me how to do one.
I will. Well, I'll give you a tutorial.
We
Do
are
one-
now
do one with me or
doing
something.
tutorials.
It'll be
Every
Bree
Sunday
Stories
at
podcast
5 p.m.
tutorial / Pussy Pics 101. Boom. We will
He
not-
can bring the pussy pics because he be getting
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
I listen. I don't.
Oh, that's a good
I despise pussy pics.
Really?
Like, don't send me that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't warranted. I didn't want it.
You sound like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've never heard
I don't
of
think
a
y'all
man
would
say
be like that with dick pics. Well, you
Of
know what?
course we are.
I didn't know some women have told me that like so many of them look weird at different levels and shit like that. You know what I mean? Some just I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, but I
I've never
guess
seen
they-
a weird one, but I have. I don't like when it doesn't fit the conversation, or if it doesn't like
Yeah.
If fuck just throws one in like.
Oh, they throw it in
Yeah,
like
they-
curveball, like a
all
curveball.
the time.
Good morning.
It'll
It'll come
like,
good morning.
hey,
Good morning. Here's my name.
Next to a can of
Exactly.
Arizona. It's like-
I don't think I've sent more than 4 in my life. It don't really.
That's nice.
That's
Because like
I
motherfuckers.
said, well, that's good. That's a good tally. Just
Not the whole 5. You got the
No,
You have to make the slide, so I hate
It
those
don't count.
ones.
in my ratio.
It
you know
doesn't
what I
count though if you took a one pic and sent it to hella people. That's
No,
hella
no.
dick pics. Like that still counts.
People people be having those type of pictures like stored in their phone.
Oh yeah. No, I do that. I definitely do that.
You gotta have your one great one where it's like.
No, sometimes I just take pictures of myself on my, my breast, and I just save them. I don't send them to nobody.
No, I send them to my friends a lot because I'm always like, how do they look?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I haven't done that in a long time.
I remember I took like a picture of like some lingerie one time and I said to Brie, I was like, is this okay? I was like, is this like too risky?
Guys don't do that, huh?
What?
Send pics of each other like, is this cool?
What? That's cool.
Like, this is cool, dog. I'm about to send this to my
What you think?
How your homie gonna say, yeah, that's cool?
What you think,
Bro, should I hit him with
Don, like, bro, check this out. Give me the thumbs up before I send it.
or before you post one. Like, say you at an event and you
Post one?
Yeah, like you at an event, somebody take a picture, you show it to your friend, like, yo,
No, I hate that whole, like, let's all this, and everybody huddle in.
Yeah, like, is it good?
Fuck
How do
it,
I look?
man, it's gonna be
we
you,
gotta
bro.
take that
I don't like take, like, I have to take so many pictures. I probably take about 20 to like 50 to 100 pictures every day, and I don't like
20 to 100.
like depending on what day it is. Like, if it's like a Saturday or something like that, like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing to have people who appreciate you in a sense, but you know what I mean? It's just it's and
you can't be slipping. You gotta.
No, I be slipping all the time. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm not one to be like, oh man, I don't look good. I know what's just my bad side, but if you want their good side, just be like, hey, I got a lot of tag pictures. I'll be like, oh shit.
Do fans ever catch you like on a bad day, like bad mood, and do you like snap out of it, or do you just be like, no,
you gotta snap out of it because at any level of being where you are, like nobody's obligated to support you. Nobody's obligated to watch your show. Nobody's obligated to be tattooed by you, to support your business, to buy your product, or to even tell you that they admire you, to ask you for a picture. So in any sense, I take pictures with everybody who asks, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing that it's at every level of everywhere that I go, like no matter where I'm at. I don't care if it's on the E-way and I'm driving, you know what I mean? Like, so I take pictures with anybody, unless, like, if I'm in the restaurant, I'm feeding my kids, handing out, people will still come ask. I'm like, I'm feeding my kid. You know what I mean? Like, so at that point, they'd be like, man, just hold on, at least wait. I mean, it's just, you be off guard, you know what I mean?
Do you still have fan moments? Like, do you meet any, like, celebrities or artists, entertainers, and have a fan moment like yourself?
It's not even so much about celebrities. It's just, I feel like that feeling, what people do, it's just about, it's an admiration, you know what I mean? So somebody who I admire, who I respect, like, to see them for what, like, you look at somebody and it's like, man, it's all of this stuff that I respect about this person embodied into one person. And when you see them, you be like, man, look at all the work that motherfucker did. You know what I mean? Look at what they did. Like, I just posted a picture again when Dick Gregory just passed, and like when I met him, it was like, man, you know what I mean? Studying and learning so much stuff about our people, and then him being such an advocate for our people, like meeting him, it was like a mountain of knowledge in him and he's older, like when he dies, all this energy, all this knowledge is going to die with him, but he's been putting it out here for 50, 60 years, you know what I mean? So like, just meeting him was like, man, that's this vessel. I can feel Malcolm X in him. I can feel Martin Luther King, and I can feel everything that embodied him, you know what I mean? I mean, that he embodied, to be like, man, like that's all in this person. So like, it's not so much of a starstruck because he ain't the #1 model or singer or rapper, but like, man, this is what this person embodies, you know what I mean? So that was something to really feel, not somebody who's just on stage right now, just on the radio, like, man, I can feel this a nigga who knew Malcolm X. You know what I mean? Like, actually can feel that through him. So like, that's great.
Yeah. So we are in different times. It's amazing. I'm excited because of, you know, people who are still big on activism, especially now. Like now more than ever, people are getting back into that.
Well, you know what? It's because of, like I said, the bullshit part of social media. But people don't realize what social media does. Social media is a fucking miracle. Shout out to my homie Gary V, because he's the shit. You know what I mean? Big things coming soon. But just the way, you know what I mean? Just people capitalize and understanding what social media is. Like the reason why, like we're going into or we're in a time where we're in. I call it the generation of validation. Everything has to be validated, do this, do that. And then like joke like Donald Trump can be elected president and people feel away about it is because like now everybody wants to be liberal, everybody wants to have freedom of speech and say whatever they want, but everybody also wants to be offended by each and everything that goes out and speak on it too. So in the lane of everybody starting to learn things, like so many people didn't vote for the Democratic side because they want to be like, well, I don't fuck with none of them. I don't fuck with none of them. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't vote for her. I don't vote for him. I don't do this.
Right.
And so many people just at one level of knowledge, when there's so many different levels to go, just that first level of knowledge, they didn't vote for somebody or didn't vote for anybody, but they didn't know why they didn't vote for people.
Yes.
And then at that level, you have what Donald Trump stood for was for being, predominantly white again. All those people stuck together and voted for him and got him in office. You know what I mean? And people be like, well, damn, how did that happen? How did that happen? But now social media has allowed for people to actually grow and see things at a wider version. I've been talking about it for years, or for the last 4 elections, about electoral college votes. But I know people who didn't know anything about electoral college votes, and now people be like, "But I voted," and then majority of people voted, but how come we didn't win? Because the electoral college votes. And now they see like, well, he won because of electoral college votes. And now they're seeing through social media and through hashtags and through things like, okay, let me research what the electoral college vote is. Now they know who they have to vote into the electoral college to see. To see who will actually win the vote, to see, like who they vote in the midterms, as opposed to just voting every 4 years. Right. So it's expanding and giving the knowledge for people to start learning. Like now, so many people are learning about electoral college votes. It's something just in that sense that they didn't know about before through social media, through hashtags, to where we won't let that happen again.
Yes.
But so that's expanded knowledge.
Yeah.
People didn't have that knowledge at first. Now it's expanded knowledge and letting them know, like, okay, now I know what this is, and now I know what this is. And it's so quick because if you look at a hashtag of something and the level of social media, like people, you learn so much through it. You know what I mean? Christmas is coming up and I can put up the hashtag Saturnalia. People wouldn't know what that means, but then if you look at the hashtag, just click the hashtag and it'll show you like, well, this is really an event that they supported back then about killing babies and all this stuff. And it was Christmas back then, but it was something completely different. And now you've learned something. Just through a bullshit level of social media. Bullshit medium of social media, but now you've learned something. Now people are waking up at a whole level. You know what I mean? You type in buck breaking, and now somebody sees what this means about what it meant for black people, what it meant for slaves, what it meant for this, what it meant for that, on bullshit social media. Yeah. So it's not as bad as, it's not as bad as people would think. It's fucked up because you can distract someone so soon because you know what I mean? Now, if I put up something about somebody being gay, it'll get blocked. It'll get blocked, it'll get deleted, everybody's offended by it, something like that. But you can hashtag as soon as the next black person gets killed live on television, on the internet, and now you can see what that looks like at face value. Before the last 2-3 years, most people didn't know what it looked like for a bullet to hit a body unless you was actually in the street and you seen what it was like. They think it was like a movie when it's shit like that. Like, no, the motherfuckers go in. If you've seen it, this is the shit that real niggas have nightmares about. You know what I mean? Day in, day out. And now the whole world can see it. You desensitizing the whole world to what it looks like every day for somebody to get killed, predominantly a black person being killed on live camera, and you can hashtag it and see it. You can see what it looked like with Eric Garner or Freddie Gray. These people, when the bullet hit a body, and you don't see no big splash, but you see this person dying. And now it's desensitizing the people to be like, all right, well, I seen this person get killed, and I should care about it. But look, Bruce Jenner just turned into a woman, so I'm gonna distract myself onto this. So social media can go so many different ways, but it's like, shit, you know what I mean? What should we be concentrating on more?
Yeah, it's interesting how the pendulum swings because we do have that amount of it. To me, I have a theory called love ain't, where I can just like pinpoint what I don't want. Like I can see it. So like just like you said, I cannot deal with people who like, there's no such thing as not knowing. What it is you're settling for not knowing, because just like you said, you can literally Google. First of all, you can Google anything. I Google shit all the time just to make sure like I'm using a word correctly. Like I'll type it into Google, and like, so when I talk to people and people are just like chosen ignorance, like literally like you woke up and you chose that.
You did.
It's so interesting because these are the people who are being distracted by all the rest of the bullshit, like and are okay with that. And are seemingly aware of it.
Because they're the masses, they're the consumers.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? And then people will settle for that, like, well, these are the ones that buy my product, so I can't, you know what I mean? Like, that's like me saying, oh, I should continue acting how I act about this on the show because they're the people who watch the show. You know what I mean?
That's interesting too, because as an entrepreneur, like us with this podcast, I remember so many times us having conversations about you know, we can approach this way. Like, let's do this episode, but we gotta make sure we add some bullshit. We gotta make sure we hashtag this. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to make sure, literally to ensure the views.
It's a hard feeling on me when I have people who I get 20 to 50 people a day who come to my shop just on weekdays. You know what I mean? Every day. And the ones who come in and they say, where the drinks at? Where the party at? Where everybody at? And it's like, this is a business.
Yeah.
This is a business that I created, that I run before a show. You know what I mean? It's still a business that I run each and every day.
Right.
And because of the people who party and turn up and what you see portrayed from that when they come in, they really be confused, like, where's the party? Where the drinks at? Y'all ain't got no drinks here already? And I'm like, I don't allow that in my shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But from what they perceive, from what they put out, it's just like,
I think it's happening.
like, I'm like, this is a business. I'm really a business owner.
That's
It's not
crazy.
just about the entertainment part that you see in that 42 minutes on television. You know, so, and it's sad, and I hate that. Like, it's like, man, like, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I part of? You know what I mean? When I have to defend my business in that sense from some shit that I put in time and work for people to only see it as that. You know what I mean? But it's just at their level of perception. They love to see it as just that. Some people come in and just like, oh man, it's amazing, this, that, and other. Had a great experience. You know what I mean? Some of my reviews are fucking amazing. You know what I mean? But the ones who only see it as that, you know what I mean? Like, they choose to be stupid and only see that. You know what I mean? Like, you think it wasn't a business before just because your episode that was your favorite was them partying and drinking and shit like that. That's just what we do now. And you wouldn't even think that I run a business regularly. I'm supposed to just have a drink as soon as you come to the door. Like, what the fuck is that? You know? So, but they choose to see it as that.
Do y'all get Yelp reviews?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
Don't go write a Yelp review.
I have great ones though. I have great ones.
Yeah, Yelp is, cause that, like, reviews, like internet reviews. This is off topic, but this isn't like an actual form of social media, but like it is. But those people are psychotic. Like, psychotic. I spent a few months at my job, like, having to filter through all of our reviews, and the way that people just get real Yelp reviews.
Yelp review and Google reviews.
Oh, Google reviews too.
I didn't know they did that.
What?
Yeah,
Google
definitely.
Reviews
They definitely do Google reviews and Yelp reviews, and I used to just filter through it and just think, like, these people are worse than the people that I encounter.
No, they will give you bullshit.
They're crazy.
So in the same sense, like how you said, when I got to snap out of it, like, you got to think, I'm a non-social person, and I'm probably in one of the most social businesses ever, to where I have to meet someone new every day.
Yeah.
So no matter what I'm going through at home, no matter what I'm feeling like, no matter how, you know what I mean, how I might be thinking or something like that, I have to give this new person a new experience for my business each and every day.
Yeah.
And if it's not the right one, that first impression can be so bad. And now they can do it just as quick as sending it to a review.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As opposed to, like, if you had a great experience, they might tell 1 or 2 people. You know what I mean? But if you got a bad one, they'll tell 100.
And that's
You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
So, or thousands giving reviews and stuff like that. So, like, I have to be not somebody that's not myself, like, I mean, but just knowing, like as much as it's physical and what I do, like, 80% of my business is customer service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's from start to finish all the way through. I was just reading, I got a great one from some people who didn't know shit about my show.
Good.
I don't have a predominantly black business. I have a fully mixed business. So these were some white people from London who came in. Yes, they were white, and they came in because I had to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they didn't know nothing about the show. They didn't know shit about
Yeah.
what was going on there. And then they got their own experience from Googling and seeing reviews, and then they chose mine out of the reviews from around there. And then they came and had a great experience, and I was just like, I almost, I got teared up about this shit. I'm like, damn, I had a good fucking review for these people. You know what I'm saying?
That's fantastic.
So,
I'm gonna open a restaurant specifically for the reviews. I just want to feel that feeling.
You gonna
look at
tell
that, she
them
gave
the
me that
name?
good shit. Got 5 stars and
You
shit.
wanna tell us the name?
Rachel?
Huh?
Her name is
No,
Rachel.
I'm talking about the name.
Oh, the name of my restaurant? It's gonna be
The pizza restaurant, right?
Fat Pussy Princess Chicken and Fish.
What?
So I gotta work there.
I'm not wearing that on the paper.
Are you going to own the building?
Yeah, the Fat Pussy Princess Chicken and Fish.
That's good. That's the
But
first
I don't want to be on pussy fish. I don't want that. I don't like that.
I said chicken and fish.
I will not wear that on a t-shirt.
I don't want that.
Smelling like chicken and fish.
I don't want that. I thought you were going to tell Ryan about your pizza business.
Oh,
You
she
want to
said-
tell him off the.
You
Tell
make
him
pizza?
off camera.
I can't tell you about it on camera because I don't want people to steal my
love
idea.
pizza.
I love pizza.
love
as
pizza
well.
too.
Don't love pizza.
No, I
I really love pizza.
I cooked last night, but I want
it.
Like, I love pizza and chicken. Those are probably.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
What's your favorite type of chicken? Do you like it fried? Do you like it baked? Do you like it broiled?
I love fried chicken.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's fried chicken is probably my biggest downfall in the world.
I understand.
You know, pizza's my second biggest downfall.
Pizza's mine, and then tacos.
Bread is mine, and then pizza.
You said bread?
Bread.
Oh, I love potatoes. I like.
Hold on. I like 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's lit. Oh,
I like potato chips, mashed potatoes, red potatoes, white
this
potatoes.
is my praises due.
Okay, Bubba.
This is my praises due.
Fried shrimp,
I'm glad you
shrimp.
brought up Thanksgiving. This is my praises due this week. My praises due is to technology because I just discovered, and I don't know why I didn't know this because like it's common sense. Like you can obviously get things delivered to you.
What
so
that is?
Of course you can go and pick up from the grocery store. But look, last year I did Thanksgiving dinner at our house. And just the act of being in the store, like I spend so much money. Like I spent nearly $300. And this year, I decided to like get all my recipes out because you know I don't be doing shit at work.
Right.
I just got all my recipes out and I just started like online. Like I was like, I'm just gonna like tally this up because I need to just like budget better, whatever. I can fucking shop online and pick it up on my way home from work. And I saved, first of all, I'm doubling everything. So I'm making twice the food for half of what I spent last year. Mm-hmm. Is anybody else fucking amazed and just mind blown?
No, because I overindulge and spend to the fullest.
No, it was amazing. It is amazing. Like literally.
I've had some bad Thanksgiving, some bad Christmases, so to be blessed to be able to.
You gotta overdo it, but when you can save money, you gotta do it.
I'm making my daddy fry 5 turkeys and then bake 2.
So
I would only eat
fried
the
turkey.
fried. I would only eat the fried turkey.
How do you fry a turkey? Do you
Deep
know?
fry.
Deep fry.
So you drop it
outside.
Them bitches. I got them big ass droppers. Drop all them hoes.
That's amazing.
Them motherfuckers come out juicy than the bitch. Look, she said drop.
I
I had a client yesterday and I was doing the tattoo on the back of her neck and she was drunk and now she had all her cousin friends with her. And the funniest joke of the whole night was, you need to be concentrating on this neck. I said, oh.
I will.
Just as she was doing this.
So, oh, that's nice.
I'm not a fan of holding the head. Like I'll do it just to say I did it.
But you gotta do it if she asks.
No, I'm just saying, but it's like I don't want to throw your rhythm off.
Who pushed the young
And then when you too high up, it's like, so I don't want to throw your rhythm off.
High up? Oh, never mind. I don't want to ask about the size of your penis. But
so you got limits to that.
no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I want everybody to be comfortable. No, because you said if she too high up, like it's like all the way up here.
No, like some of y'all, I don't even, like when you come into the world of, you know what I'm saying, finally getting your joint sucked when you were a kid, you know what I'm saying, you think in your mind like, boy, if she was licking my top, boy, that'd be the shit. Like if you just sitting there holding the head, she was licking my head, shit like that, you think that'd be the shit. And then as you get older, you like, man, that ain't shit. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, I got the whole rest of this motherfucker. So that whole stand at the top and only being able to go,
this motherfucker.
only being able to go so much and shit like that is like.
That's why you have to be verbal. This is why this is very important.
It is important to be verbal.
You have to have conversations outside of the bedroom like this and say, look, this is what I like. Yeah, with a microphone and allow us to record it. No. You have to talk with your partners about your yeses and your nos in the sexual realm so that when you get there, you can just have a good, about your yachts and your nos. So you can just have a good time and focus, you know, because everybody knows what they like.
Yeah, so you should already go into the bedroom like we already talked about this.
Bitch, don't do the shit that I told you not to do.
Yeah, like don't be talking about like, oh my pussy or my dick is so good, and then when you get over here, like you hyped it up, so you better come in the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk about it and then not come over here to fuck. Like.
So wait.
I mean, this is
so
true.
wait, just because he said my dick is
yeah,
great,
you've been bragging
you gonna
on
be
your
mad
dick
if he don't want to fuck?
I'm gonna be pissed first of all because what do you talk? Don't talk about it. Be about it. I'm not about the talking. I'm about that action.
Well, who's doing that though? Who's doing all that bragging
She said
and saying all
that
like this is the thing. For one, we're men.
Oh, niggas do that.
No, I'm just saying because we're men, and
Not
at the end of the day, you know what I mean. No matter how much you ready for it, you in this shit like that, your dick has the opportunity to betray the fuck out of you when you get with this woman who you might be fucking excited about. You know what I mean? So it's like, nigga, I'm ready and I'm gonna do all this and I think I'm gonna do all this shit like that. But no, ain't no telling until I get in that motherfucker. Your dick be like, yeah, nigga, this was it. Nigga, we got a whole fucking night to finish. You just wanna, you know what I mean? So that motherfucker will betray you any chance he get. You know what I'm saying? And you have the opportunity to redeem yourself. But don't think that nigga won't betray you. I think any man can contest to that shit.
Do you don't give you the opportunity? I'm about to say, do you always have the opportunity to redeem?
You know what? I mean, you got to think about this. At the level of having sex, the person that you choose to have sex with, it's at a full level of comfortability. You know what I mean?
It has to be. You
know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should even be with no woman to where if she don't understand how shit might go. For one, like, if I didn't had a time before. Long time ago, long time ago. Where I went in and on the first go in, that motherfucker started coming out. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck? And like, literally on the stroke back out and come back in, that motherfucker was done. I'm like, I ain't got my shit together. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't explain it and tell her like, hey man, hold on, this.
You're like, if you could just give me a minute.
Not even. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no.
We're actually done for the night.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck that. Like,
what if she was like, nigga, get the fuck out.
Oh, that voice is so
That's why I fucked your friend anyway. Go ask her.
See? You know what?
Well, that's why.
Or if you do that, I'm gon' fuck your friend.
I said that's a good reason to fuck.
Or your sister.
That's a good reason to fuck. So now you mean and you quick.
Now you gonna fuck my friend.
No,
because you thought, and I had to get my shit together. Now when I fuck your sister, I'm gonna tear her ass to pieces.
Her sister must not have a good relationship.
No, I'm gonna get her sister because you just came.
It's not that hard.
So exact. They don't have a good relationship.
I said it's not that hard. So
if it's not your best friend, I'm gonna fuck your friend, and then she gonna tell her, you gonna hear about it.
Right. You gonna hear about it.
Why you just couldn't be an adult about it? Like, no.
Why she just couldn't be disappointed?
I feel like every woman. Now, if you disappointed on the second round, then I get.
Yeah, you really gotta fucking go. If I give
but
you
just understand, like, hey man, we've been sitting here doing all of this for the last hour. You see, I've been hard for fucking 2 hours, motherfucker, and then you want to play with it, and then I get in that motherfucker. Like, no, it was a lot. So, second round, I got you.
2 hours of foreplay?
You are
the first time. The first time, y'all sitting there doing all that shit. Y'all 30 years old, still fucking tickling and shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what the fuck I mean.
2 hours? No, 2 hours is a lot. But you know what?
I'm talking about the first time.
I know.
First time go around.
I know, but like.
When y'all first sitting there.
A lot of things can be considered foreplay, so 2 hours can.
Well, I'm not talking about fully in it foreplay. I'm talking about before y'all first start getting close and then the rub.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all of that is foreplay.
So, like, motherfucker, I've been
so
hard 2 hours.
Netflix and
you know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
Yeah, between you don't even know what scene it's
on.
on.
Your favorite series of Netflix and chill.
My favorite episode of Netflix and chill.
Yeah, and also you're on the second episode of.
Oh, let me tell you my favorite episode. My favorite episode is the part where I get my pussy eaten.
I lived through all of Bree's sexual experiences.
Thank you.
I be happy with her. I be mad with her.
Do we get another time?
It don't be happening to me, and I just be like,
we don't get another time.
You know what I should.
I be like, that shit was weak, wasn't it, girl?
Wasn't even there. I don't really have weak sex though. That's not a common thing. Like I don't be like, girl, that shit was weak as hell last. Like that don't be happening. No.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question then.
That's because I take control of my orgasm.
How do y'all feel? Are y'all? Or which one of y'all? Some of the women who feel like, oh, because some of y'all just be different. Which one of y'all are the women who feel like, oh man, this nigga be fucking me for I gotta be fucked for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hell. You gotta get out.
I don't like it.
You gotta get out.
That's too long. No,
I'm talking about because like what a motherfucker don't understand is like, man, y'all be thinking that this nigga like, and there's women out here who feel like that, like, girl, that nigga fucking me for an hour, he's fucking raw, and he ain't this, he's just like, man, that nigga who been fucking you for an hour ain't thinking about no pussy. Yeah. That nigga thinking about some ass.
Baseball. Oh.
Or some dick. You thinking this nigga like, oh girl, he fucking the shit out of me and doing all this shit like that. I got gay friends, bisexual friends. I know it all. You know what I mean? And you thinking like, girl, this nigga fucking the shit out of me, shit like that. Girl, he thinking about some asshole.
Right.
He ain't come off that pussy you got.
But
they thinking like, oh girl, he be fucking the shit out of me, and I need a bitch to fuck me. I need to fuck me for 45 minutes or an hour and shit like that.
Why didn't he just ask?
If we doing some great fucking sex and shit like that, I'm not fucking you for no hour. I'm not fucking you for 45 minutes straight, not no straight, raw, great sex. That's crazy.
You're not allowed.
Crazy.
Yeah,
if a nigga is doing some real fucking and he doing that, For an hour or 45 minutes straight, like some real good fucking.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that nigga
First of all, it
that nigga don't. He ain't thinking about that pussy. He thinking about some assholes.
You
Hours
can
are
get a
very.
cool 15, 20, and that's
15
No,
minutes.
yeah, hell yeah. You first of all, 30 is where I cut it off.
I'm gonna say like 30.
If you are still in me at 30
No,
minutes, I'm letting you
15,
know right
20.
now. Like you got 2 more options. This,
But that's.
this or
But
this.
I don't
You
want
talking about 30 slow or you talking about in?
Either.
Your dick
dick has to-
slow.
your dick has to be out.
It could be. Now, if
Who
you're-
stays slow though?
You're evicted
Well,
at
see.
30 minutes.
Who the fuck
Then
stays
you
you
gotta
slow?
get out.
Because no, when niggas trying to romance you, it'll stay slow. When they trying to
Yeah, like
really
long
get in
stroke.
good with you,
It's
it do stay that
2017. You
way.
got friends to tell. Fuck am I trying to stay slow forever for?
Wow. You can tell if the girl is into that or not. You might not need to.
No, of course. I didn't
change
say just. I'm just saying like
Right.
it's like well, you got to see a lot of shit that I got. So
All-
they ain't just gonna
You
stay
gotta see
slow.
all the tricks.
But
You gotta,
see,
Not all of them
gotta
tricks,
hit
but
that
you
bitch
gotta-
with the whole
I can see
catalog.
an hour for like foreplay.
For
I can see
Yeah,
an hour for
foreplay,
like
eating my
this.
pussy, getting your dick. I'm supposed to get my
Now, this right here,
Getting your dick sucked.
this a gift you got. She said, "Give him my dick."
If you include foreplay in it, then okay, we can do an hour.
Yeah,
But if it's not included,
if it's not, then yeah.
20, 30.
I think 30 is a good.
Yeah, penetration.
Now, but also,
It
this
hurts.
shit right here is a test of the time. You don't know how long you gonna be in that motherfucker.
That's another thing too. I
Um,
have never
I
had
know.
sex drunk.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, I
I've never
love it.
had sex
What?
drunk, so I don't know if that would
What?
change.
My legs be limber when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I've never.
With a little gymnast.
I can bounce. I can bounce way better.
Like
it does.
tipsy, maybe.
After
I've
the
never
cl-
just
after
been
the
drunk,
club,
like slap, like come on, babe.
Drunk but not
Never.
pissy drunk.
That used to be my. Oh my
After
god.
the club, pissy but not
2011.
pissy drunk
Why
dick will
not?
change your life.
You said what'll change your life?
After the club, drunk but not pissy drunk dick will change your life.
Oh, we know all about it. Henny dick, maker's dick. It's a real thing in my household.
Oh, I did have some Big Toronto dick from.
Whoa,
All
what?
right, guys. Well,
What? That don't even sound right.
From our
Time to say our
production crew.
goodbyes.
Mother! Who wanted to get us drunk? And I had some decent Toronto orange juice dick.
Wait, but the
No, I'm talking about what you drunk off. I'm talking about
Oh,
what you drunk off.
no, he was drinking and we weren't
Oh,
supposed to mix drink.
thanks for tuning in.
I know y'all young and y'all with this whole Hennessy wave, but you know
Not
me.
the original wave
I drink
was
Maker's
the
Mark.
Remy. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, Remy does make
disgusting.
me
You get
get a
fucked
little.
off Remy.
He is really nasty.
Yeah, I can't
Huh?
take the taste of
Nasty.
Remy.
where you from?
Like, here,
No, where?
like south suburbs, like.
If
Well,
you from
probably
like
everywhere.
80, if
I
you
said,
from
well,
like
I said,
95th and
no
lower,
actuality.
then it's Remy.
You said if what?
From like 95th and lower.
Oh no.
I can't take Remy. What was I about to say? Yeah, the conclusion is anything past 30 minutes for penetration, shit dead.
It's a wrap.
I could fuck a woman
Dead.
all night. You hear me, ladies?
She has.
With the
All
shot.
night. Oh no! See, I don't like
Specific,
penetration
you
for a
send in false
long
messages.
time. No. My ladies, no.
My
What I mean.
You need that
Ew.
energy. I'm sorry.
My lady.
What?
You need that male energy.
That's debatable.
It
But
is debatable, but you need it.
I agree.
It
I don't
It
disagree.
can be a debate.
I don't
win.
disagree. Just so you know. But when I do fuck women, I fuck them till 5 a.m.
Oh, put their ad name out.
I mean, I could kiss for
I'm
hours.
just saying, but y'all don't have no, all you can do is be.
That's a lie.
All you can
Whatever
do
you're about to
is
say
be-
is just a lie.
Kiss and cuddle.
Whatever
I'll
you're
do
about
that
to
all
say.
night.
But you say
Yeah.
you say that with conviction that you know what I mean. You have the same lane as we do of going soft, having to get back hard.
Yeah, that, and I'm not even interested.
You have nothing that has to do none of that. All
But
you do
even
is
if
get
you
to-
were a
get slow.
robot, like even if I got a male like sex body thing that you can order, and I sat him down, I wouldn't be interested in I wouldn't be interested in fucking him for more than 30 minutes.
No, you got like all right. So
I don't want
in
anything
a day,
inside
in
me.
a day, I think like we might have at I don't know certain niggas, but you know what I'm saying. Me, I probably
Right.
in a day the most I probably had in me was about like between 7 and 9 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Sessions, separate sex sessions.
Nuts.
Right.
Y'all
You
can
can have
go
7 to
all
9 a day.
fucking day.
Yeah, definitely.
And it never fucking stop.
Yeah.
So we can't compare those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can
Y'all
come
can sit
like
there and
30
bump
times.
pussies all fucking night and come 49,000 fucking times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
And all you gonna be is a
49
little bit swole.
Huh? You gonna be a little slow.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ready for the
A little
next
bit
night.
slow.
You came 30 times in the day before?
Probably. I can start it before it shows up, so
Okay.
you know, and then a couple more just to get me to sleep.
A couple. I
gotta go. I be forgetting we on camera now. I feel a little more exposed with these conversations.
Right? You seem to keep it clear.
So, was it me?
No.
I think
You're
that's
a slut.
I think who's the slut?
Hmm?
Who you calling the slut? We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Uh,
Everything else. But no slut shaming.
if you would have said dirty fucking hoe
What's over there?
or a bulldog,
Are you kidding me?
Storage. Since y'all want behind the camera talk, here I am.
Get back there.
You can go back there.
Might be in the fucking entertainment room, might be Pulp Fiction. I'm
it's,
telling you.
it's many dogs live back there. Okay, so does anybody have a present due? My present due is to the tech field for the fact that I can order my groceries online and pick them up. Anybody else?
Nope.
And also to Chance the Rapper for speaking on our behalf because we don't want all this money to be going towards the police academy and Rob Emanuel is a fuckboy and we all agree. Great.
Yeah, but I wanted to be a CPD officer, so.
You can. There's enough room for you to do that.
I know,
But I don't want to.
Go to the regular
Sign it,
academy that
sign it,
most
sign
people
it.
have already gone to. You want to go to the new beautiful one? You want motherfucking export
No, I'm
as
talking
opposed
clean
to.
floors, clean carpet.
She don't want
Cabinets.
fitness no more. She want export.
Okay, look,
I do like that.
we gotta go. This is as good a time as any to let you guys know that you should do all the things that you've always done. Continue to follow us on all the places that we can be followed. You can follow us at Away with Words the podcast on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. And you can follow me at Stories on Instagram, _stories on Twitwat, at Hey Tati on Instagram, and at A Tati. At A Tati on Instagram, and at Hey Tati on Twitwat. Ajanoasia at Ajanoasia everywhere. Yes, everywhere. And this, of course, is Ryan Henry Tattoo, and you're probably already following him. So
I ain't
no
gonna
need
tell
for
you
that.
do all the shit you already done. Do shit you ain't never did.
What?
Because the shit
We
you
don't do
already
that here.
done.
Hey.
You did.
We're not gonna do the things that they've always done.
It's the reason why you be crying in the morning, looking in the mirror sad and shit. So do the shit you ain't done.
But no.
Try something else you might
That's
fuck
not
up.
from us.
Anal. What he means is anal. Try anal
No,
tonight.
I'm not saying that at all.
No.
Try it
Not finna have me
today.
hooked on no ass.
No.
It's all right.
We love you guys,
Should
and
watch a nice movie.
thank you.
Start a nice movie, end up fucking.
Finish
Or
the
make a
movie.
nice movie.
We would like to give our gratitude to Ryan Henry for coming and hanging out with us
Yes.
today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, and we will catch y'all later. Everybody say bye.
Bye.